Hello viewers, this is first day of 2025 and I want to share with you something extremely wonderful that I just read from the latest issue of Harvard Business Review that is for 2025 January to February issue. So there is something extremely wonderful as its title looks extremely wonderful, and that is how AI can transform your organization. If you are a business owner and if you want to become a businessman, if you want to start something extraordinary, then this is the best time to start it. People mainly all over the world, especially in USA, in China, are talking about AI, that how it's going to transform the industry, what kind of changes will happen. But in reality, there is something wonderful. There is something wonderful, then, and I will show it to you. Maybe you guys can read it or not. Let me read it for you. That let's turn AI hype into hype-worthy results for your business. So AI is a hype, but most of the organizations right now are not aware that how they can use it to generate something well. The most important thing is the finding competitive advantage. Those businesses which have competitive advantage are more successful. For instance, being a business professor and working with several multinationals, I can tell you that all of us are aware about the advantage Google has, the advantage maybe Tesla has over other companies, or the advantage Amazon has over other companies. But what about the startups? What kind of advantage they have? What about those people who are going to start a business now? The real advantage they can have is that their leaders from day one can use AI. Probably the traditional businesses never had time management tools, they never had employee tracking tools, they never had the tools that were necessary to generate financial performance of their company. They never had the tools to see the warehouses located in different countries. They could not track the inventory well. But now, thanks to AI, now you can even prepare your reports. Even when you are sitting in some other country, you can hire a resource that can work for you. So this is the power of AI that can transform your organization, that this book talks about, and I strongly recommend you all to read it because there are extremely wonderful writings by different people. For instance, the CEO suffer breakdown. Know what if any CEO is facing some issues, then Jean Francis Monzoy, a professor for 20 years and a CEO, his story is extremely wonderful. And there is one story of how generative AI can improve supply chain. There is one postdoc from MIT who wrote this, the practical process of using AI in supply chain. Tim Rowley did a wonderful work in terms of how board engages with your management. So, strategic about sustainability, there are something uh, what people get wrong about the negotiation, and all of us know that AI is helping us to improve our productivity. But at the end of the day, the leaders will rely on themselves. They must not forget the old skill they used to have. For instance, when it comes to negotiation, when it comes to procurement, when it comes to having network connections, because the top leaders' main advantage is their connections. Anybody, we're not looking for someone who he can type fast, who can do programming well. When you are looking for someone who is top manager, who is a CEO, the main thing they deal with the people very well. They know how to make the systems. So if we see the world bigger organizations, their success, they're dealing with 1 billion customers. When you are dealing with 1 billion or 1 trillion customers, definitely you can manage those things by building systems and interacting with those people who have those technical capabilities. And this HBR business review talks about having less work as CEO, as business owner, and empowering others. I mean, bringing the people who will do the work for you, and your job must be gaining the business, gaining the clients. So mostly leaders these days, they mostly talk with the with their what they call it, with their customers, with their industry leaders, so that they equip themselves with the better skill instead of taking time in recruitment and interviews. There is one story of a CFO who mainly encourages or puts his time in talking to the customers and talking to the leaders. So this is extremely wonderful thing I just read. I will be reading other articles too. I strongly recommend you. So using AI tools and to ensure that you're not too much occupied because if when we have some idea we go for its implementation, it takes at least let's say 6 months to 1 year. And if you are not looking the broader perspective, if you're too much busy in the functional thing, then might be we lose the sight of the industry, we lose the strategic perspective. So one of the things that mostly solo entrepreneurs miss is the overall industry direction. Most of the entrepreneurs who are not doing well, the reason is maybe they are too much interested in the technical stuff. They are not much interested into the employee empowerment and growth perspective. Thank you.